I knew he said that to calm my nerves as much as hers. We'll just need a local anesthetic, he continued as he lay his bag open on the table beside the recliner. Would you like your husband to come back? Mrs. Morey shook her head and let out a little laugh. He's too squeamish, she said. He'll probably faint. Dad nodded as he began to prepare for procedure, scrubbing his arms with antiseptic before I helped him with his gown and gloves. I also donned protective gear in case I would need to assist. Dad pulled a syringe of anesthetic and injected it around the base of her belly. She grimaced, and I saw a flash of her long white fangs. My dad continued making conversation to distract her as he worked. Mrs. Morey was mostly quiet, her dark eyes staring up at the patterns on the ceiling. We weren't planning on having another child, she said after a little while. Dad had just begun to make an incision, and my heart rate quickened as his scalpel drew a curving line across the thin skin of her stomach. There was no blood. Spider-Woman anatomy is a lot different than a human's. After Kaido, we were afraid of what might happen, she continued. There's no way to predict how they'll turn out when they're only half monster. She turned slightly toward me, and for a moment I felt all 8 of her eyes stare into my soul. Now, my heart was racing for a different reason. She knew. Somehow, she knew about me. All right, we're almost done. I heard my dad say, I can see the sac now. I'm going to start removing it. From what I can see, everything looks good. Sam, I'll need your help in a moment. I stepped closer to my dad's side. He was reaching into the incision, pulling out what appeared to be a white ball of silky gauze. The egg sac is encapsulated in arachnid species, he explained to me as he gently removed the sac. So we don't need to worry about other internal attachments. It can be easily removed. He held the sac out to me, and I carefully took it in my arms. The white silk was soft to the touch, and the baby inside squirmed as I held it close. My dad stitched up the incision, and when he was done, he took the sac out of my arms and examined it briefly before holding out to Mrs. Morey. Would you like to do the honors? He asked her. She took it, a soft smile spreading across her face. She held the writhing bundle for a moment before extending a claw-like nail and cutting through the gauzy webs. Inside the ball of web lay a tiny baby girl, who looked like any other baby, aside from the extra pair of arms sprouting from her sides. My dad called for Mrs. Morey's husband, and a moment later, Daniel appeared in the doorway. His face was still pale with worry as he walked in with Kaido by his side. Would you like to say hello to your new daughter? My dad asked cheerfully, pointing him towards his wife's side. Mrs. Morey beamed at him,